workout, is that right?
Chord. Away we go. So we're going to just march on the spot for the first sort of 3 minutes. Get your Fitbits on if you've got your Fitbits. Oh no, that's not right. So just march on the spot, starting just with relatively low knees, and then as we go along, you're going to pick your knees up a little bit higher each time. I hope everybody's got water, because it's a bit of a warm one again this morning. A bit breezy. Good, so into some squats, get the hips nice and warm, get the knees working, sticking the backside out, making sure we're starting to get that heart rate up a little bit. We're working on loosening off all the fluid, so the synovial fluid that you have in your joints that starts quite sticky. Your warm up is so that that becomes quite fluid and allows your joints to move nice and easily. Also means that your muscles, if they're quite cool, means that your muscles are warming up so that they'll stretch a bit like sort of, I suppose, chewing gum or something like that, so that the more you play with them, the more pliable they become, the less chance there are of any sort of injury. Good, so we're going to go side to side now, so slightly wider with your feet. Just warming up those inner thighs. Again, because everybody's mics are muted, if you want to put some music on in the background, feel free. Nobody can hear you. Good, we're going to start with some shallow lunges, so just come forward into some lunges. Just really loosening off those hips, those knees. Again, temper your range of motion. If you've got any kind of joint issues, just don't go down quite so low into your lunge. Just try and make sure that you're working through what feels comfortable. Good, we go upper body, so stretching out your chest, nice and wide. Loosening off those pectoral muscles. Whose ceiling can I see? Oh, Jackie. Jackie's here with us. We can just see her ceiling. Take it out on a diagonal. There we go, that's better. Good. Loosen off the shoulders, so take it round like we're doing backstroke. Try to get all those cracks and crunches out. And then bring it forwards. Loosen off the lower back and the waist, so lifting the heel off the floor so that you're not putting pressure through the knees. And we're just going to loosen that all off nice. Okay, that's 3-minute warm-up done. So first exercise, we're going to do squats to a side tap. So you're going to stay down quite low. We're going to tap out to the side. Just adjust. So you're going to stay down low in a squat. We're going to tap out to the side, come back in, tap out to the other side, come back in, tap out to the side. So the whole time we're staying down nice and low in this squat position. So that's your first exercise. We're then going to do some kettlebell swings with no kettlebell. So the idea is you're going to reach back between your legs with a nice straight back, stretch down the hamstrings, squeeze up through the buttocks. I'll go through all these individually as well. Side to side press ups, so hands stay in one place on the floor. You're going to move side to side through your shoulders. Flutter kicks, we should all be familiar with, but if not, I'll go through those just before. They're going to be laid flat on the floor. So for you and me, you're going to do something different. Squat toe taps, so again, we're going to keep down low in that squat position, tapping side to side. Glute bridges from a frogger position, so feet are together instead of being flat on the floor, doing your glute bridges. Forward to reverse lunges. Again, if anybody's got any problems with the knees, you can adapt that so that you just do forward lunges, you just do reverse lunges, you do lateral lunges, depending on what feels most comfortable for you. And then we're finishing with burpees. Okay, so first 30 seconds is going to be squat, side to side taps. Ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, down that squat position, tapping out to the side, back to the middle, out to the side, So alternating legs either side, staying down nice and low in that squat. Try and keep your feet facing forwards the whole time. Try and make sure you're keeping that bum hanging back, sticking out behind you. Okay, moving side to side. And that we're just keeping those feet moving, getting those legs burning. Got 3, 2, 1. So your next is going to be your kettlebell swing. So without your kettlebell, we're just going to have your hands one over the other, reaching back between your legs, and then as you come forward, squeezing through your bum cheeks. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 30 seconds where we're doing your swing motion. So it's a snap with the hips. I don't want you just moving through the planes of going backwards and forwards. I want to snap forward with those hips, making sure you're squeezing your glutes, you're stretching your hamstrings as you lean forwards, you're reaching back between your legs, you're feeling that squeeze through your bum cheeks as you come forward. So snap the glutes. 3, 2, good. So down on the floor for your next one. Side to side press ups. So hands stay in the same place, and we're going to move side to side. Okay, for your press up. 3, 2, 1. So over one side, over the other side. Over one side. Hope everybody can see this properly. That you're just moving. There we go. Over side to side. So one side is generally going to be working slightly harder than the other the whole time, depending on where the majority of your weight is based. Three, 2, 1. Over onto your backs for flutter kicks. So everybody wants to be doing hands underneath your bum, and you're going to flutter kick nice and low. So mean you're going to do heel slides. You're going to tuck your bum under, and slide one heel down and back up, slide your other heel down and back up. So unless you're pregnant, I don't want you doing heel slides. I'm just trying not to put too much pressure through those lower abdominal muscles. Okay, so flutter kicks. Keep those legs nice and low. So you and me, tuck your pelvis under, slide that heel down and back, slide that heel down and back. Really forcing the stomach down towards the ground, making sure you're locking those abs in nice and tight. Keep it going. Good, rest there. So then let's do your Frogger. I'll turn these around. So while we're on the floor, do your Frogger glute bridges. So feet come together. We're still down on the floor. We're going to come up into a bum squeeze. So instead of feet being flat on the floor, toes and heels come together. Going to squeeze up, come back down, squeeze up. Away we go. If you haven't started already, get going. Come back down, squeeze up, making sure you're getting full use of those glutes. You'll be feeling it on your inner thighs a bit more this way. So the further turned out your feet are when you're doing any kind of glute work, the more you're using those inner thighs. Squeeze, come back down. Squeeze and rest. So we're back up onto your feet. So squat toe taps. So again, squat position, toe tap. Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, down in your squat position, tap your toes, tap your toes, tap your toes. Okay, so again, it's just trying to keep the heart rate up, trying to get those legs working. We've got 10 more seconds of these. So this is your easiest round. We're doing all these exercises through again, but next time around we're doing them for 45 seconds. So just getting you warmed to every exercise. Forward to reverse lunges are next. So same leg forward, reverse, forward for halfway, and then forward, reverse on the other leg. Ready? 3, 2. Again, if you're struggling with knee joints or the movement doesn't feel comfortable, you can do side to side lunges. You can just do a reverse lunge. You can just do a forward lunge, or you can come into straight squat. Swap sides, forward and reverse. Oof. Good. Last one's burpees. and then we get a rest. So I'm going to do my burpees off my bottom step. You can do them off a coffee table, off a bed, off a sofa, wherever you're doing yours, or do them from the floor if it feels comfortable, okay? So feet go out and in. I'm going to walk mine just because I'm now 31 weeks pregnant and it's an extra load I'm carrying. So if you want to, you can heighten it up. You can jump out in, and even if you want to, put a tuck jump at the end just to increase the difficulty. And rest. Awesome. Grab yourselves a drink. Got a minute's rest. And then we're going to go all those exercises through again. But this time we've got 45 seconds per. Okay, so I'm going to increase the timer. And I'm going to decrease, because we now know what we're doing. We've done it round once. I'm going to decrease your rest time in between. So instead of 15 seconds, you've now only got 10 seconds from one exercise to the next. So we're increasing the time that we're working, but we're decreasing the time that we're resting. Okay. So, everybody feeling all right? Nice deep breaths, get the heart rate back down. Awesome. Yeah, adjust and adapt the exercises if there's any on there that you're struggling with. You know your own body. Practically everybody on here, I think, is a gym goer. So just, if there's anything that doesn't feel comfortable on the knees, if there's anything that doesn't feel comfortable on your lower back or anything like that, then just adjust the exercises accordingly, okay? So next round, 45 seconds. We're starting with your squat side taps. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So down in that squat position. If anybody does have additional weights at home, by the way, that you want to throw into any of these circuits classes, I don't have any weights, which is why I do everything body weight. But if you have additional weights, like Jade and Liz like to use olives sometimes, and if you've got things at home that you want to add to make things a little bit more challenging, throw it in there. There's no pressure on me to have to do it body weight. If you want to make it harder, if you've got those weights at home, like I say, I just don't have any here, so I don't do anything where I'm adding any additional weight. 10 seconds left. It's your kettlebell swings after this, so we've got 10 seconds. When we get to the end, 3, 2, 1. We've got 10 seconds rest. So again, remember with your kettlebell swings, hands coming back between the legs as far as you can. You're snapping forward with those glutes. It's not a gentle, easy motion. Away we go. It's a snap with the hips, squeezing the bum cheeks, making sure that your back stays straight, and feeling that stretch down the back of the hamstrings as you hinge forward from the hips and you squeeze up forward through the glutes. It's a hip thrusting motion, which not everybody feels super comfortable with, but it's really effective for engaging the glutes, for getting the heart rate up, and for working through the core as well. So as you come up into that forward snap, think about engaging through your stomach muscles too. So you want to be squeezing everything nice and tight. Rest there. Okay. Side to side press up, so we're down on the floor. We've got 3 floor exercises. So you're in your press up position. Good. Away we go. Sideways on. Rolling over. Other side. Rolling over one side. So your hands stay exactly where they are. It's just your body position transitions from one side to the other. Again, think about keeping your core nice and tight. Prevents those hips from sticking up in the air. We don't want any bums up in the air. This should be working your chest. Shouldn't be working your shoulders, guys. So side to side. Breathe nice and deeply. This will be working your shoulders, by the way. Just thinking about against a normal press up. Onto your back for your flutter kicks or heel slides. So laying down nice and flat. Hands underneath your bum if you want to support your back. Flutter kick. I'm going to heel slide. So I'm tilting my pelvis up. I'm pushing my back down into the ground. So Trying to make sure with these heel slides, if anybody's choosing to do these, that your foot doesn't touch the ground as you extend it out. So it wants to be floating the whole time. If you're doing flutter kicks, again, trying to make sure that your feet don't touch the ground, but you are as low as is comfortably possible. Any pain in your lower back, lift your feet up higher to more of a 45-degree position. Squeezing the back down into the ground, actively engaging the core. Really want to be making sure we're not just going through the motions of these exercises. 3, 2, 1. Right, we've got your butterfly glute bridges, so toes and heels come together. I'm going to push up into that glute bridge position. 3, 2, 1. So squeezing up through your bum cheeks and try not to touch the floor as you come back down. You probably find with this you haven't got quite the range of motion that you have if your feet are flat on the floor, just because we're now, knees are out to the side and we're reducing how high you can push your hips. Try not to push all the way up onto your shoulders. You will end up loading through your back there. We want pelvic tilt, so you want to be squeezing your bum cheeks, so you're tilting your pelvis forwards and then coming back down, but not quite touching the ground. Squeeze the bum cheeks up and then come back down. Squeezing up and come back down. Good. Up onto your feet next. It is your squat to toe tap or squat to heel tap. So squat, tap either side. Ready? Away we go. So squat, tap, squat, tap. Again, if we can do this at speed but whilst keeping good form, so making sure you come back into your squat in between each one. It's going to be keeping that heart rate up. Okay. We're working through that range of motion. Staying down nice and low in that squat. It's going to be building that lactic acid in the muscles. And again, if you've got any weights at home, you could always potentially have them on your shoulders and just do a heel raise, or have them in your hands and tap your feet. If not, this is still a good exercise for getting the heart rate up. And rest there. Forward to reverse lunges. So 22 seconds one side, 22 seconds the other. 3, 2, 1. So bring it forwards, take it back. Again, adjust the exercise as necessary for you. If you only want to do reverse lunges, just do a reverse lunge. If you want to do sideways lunges or lateral lunges, just do sideways lunges. We're going to swap sides in 3, 2, 1. Swapping sides. Again, thinking about engaging your core. So squeezing your stomach muscles nice and tight. Try to drop the knee down in that lunge position as low as you can. So getting that leg that's standing really working. 3, 2, 1. Everyone's favourites, the burpee. So we're going to finish last exercise before we get another rest. 45 seconds of burpees, away we go. So I'm breaking mine down. I'm stepping out and stepping in from a raised surface. You guys can do it from the floor. You can do it from a coffee table, from a sofa, from the edge of your bed, wherever. You can jump it, you can put a tuck jump in the end. Make it hard. Last 15 seconds. Good, 10 seconds to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest you are. So grab yourselves a drink, making sure we're keeping hydrated. So hopefully everybody's feeling these exercises are raising the heart rate, getting a bit of a sweat on, pushing your cardio element a little bit. Obviously got Becky's class tonight with the body blast for a bit of strength work. So keeping that muscular endurance up and keeping the muscle maintenance stuff up. But hopefully everybody's enjoying these virtual classes on lockdown. Okay, so last round that we're going to do, 8 exercises, all exactly the same as the first 2 rounds, except this last round is going to be a minute per exercise. So again, if you're starting to get tired and you need to take the lower intensity option for things, go ahead and do that. Just listen to your body and what feels comfortable and what feels right for you, okay? So we're going to start with those low side touches. Last round, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So side touch, keeping down nice and low, engaging as much as you can in this position. So really try and make sure you're not bouncing through this move. It wants to be nice and static. You want to be thinking about squeezing your belly button into your spine. You want to be thinking about keeping those glutes as engaged as you can in this position. It's not as easy when they're stretched as it is when you're standing and you can squeeze, but you can still engage your glutes in this position. Okay. Halfway through, we've got 30 more seconds to go on this exercise. Breathe nice and steady. Hey, sweaty. So staying down as low as you can. 10 seconds to go. And then we've got 10 seconds rest. And then it's your kettlebell swing with no kettlebell. Okay. 10 seconds rest. So with your swing, making sure your back stays nice and straight. Try not to round and curve through your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Swing back through your legs, snap up forwards. Making sure that you're really feeling the snap of the hips and the squeeze of the glutes. Okay. If you imagine it's a bit like a, what do they call it, like a slingshot. Imagine your hips are a bit like trying to fire a water balloon out of a bra. So as you pull your hips back, you're pulling your bra back, and as you let go, the water balloon fires out of the bra, your hips are firing forwards. That's the move that we want. We want that shot fired forwards, squeezing through the glutes, that real thrusting motion, that slingshot, as opposed to just bending and flexing, okay? So engage in the glutes, squeezing through those muscles, stretching through the hamstrings. Good, press up, side to side. Last time through that we've got to do these. So these ones you will feel through your shoulders. I must say before, you shouldn't feel your shoulders because we're moving through the planes of motion. Away we go. You will probably feel this through your shoulders more than a normal press up, okay? So hands are staying static in a normal press up position. I want to be able to draw a line from your shoulder to your hips to your ankles. No, shoulders to hips to your knees. Or your ankles if you're doing full press ups. I'm going from a half position because it's hard enough as it is. And again, engaging through your core, I'll try and make sure that it stops you pushing your bum up into the air. Okay, so coming side to side, working through the chest. A minute's a long time, isn't it? We've got 10 seconds left to go. And then it's your flutter kicks coming up next. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Rolling it over onto your back. So it's flutter kicks or heel slides. Okay, so if you're flutter kicking, you can put your hands underneath your bum or your lower back to support you. If you're heel sliding, I want your pelvis tilted. I don't want that foot touching the ground as you extend the leg out. So really engaging both of these exercises. I want you to be really feeling, pressing the spine down into the ground as much as you can, so that we're trying to resist the pelvis rocking back and creating that arch on the ground that you could potentially put your hands through, okay? So if you've got your hands underneath your lower back, I want you to think that you're pressing your spine into your hands. You want to really feel that pressure on your hands. Squeezing those stomach muscles, extending through those legs. Trying to keep your legs straight if you're doing flutter kicks, okay? So the idea with those is we're not bending at the knee, we're flutter kicking from the hips, okay? So legs want to be straight the whole way through. And if you manage, rest there, if you manage a minute of flutter kicks, you deserve a medal the size of a dustbin lid, because they are hard. Right, glute bridges from a butterfly position, toes and heels together, squeezing the bum cheeks. Away we go. So we're squeezing up, trying not to push up onto the shoulders. So the idea is it's that pelvic tilt again. You want to be rolling the bum underneath, squeezing those glute muscles, not pushing your weight up onto your shoulders and putting pressure through your lower back, okay? Especially if there's any ladies who have got particularly big bust, it's not very comfortable if you push up onto your shoulders because your boobs roll up into your neck. Nobody wants to die that way, okay? So squeezing the pelvis, trying to make sure you're engaging your glutes without moving your weight into your shoulders. Squeeze up, don't touch the floor. Feeling that through your inner thighs and through your bum cheeks. Squeeze up. Good. Nice deep breaths. We're back on our feet after this exercise. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest there. Back up onto your feet. We're going to do your squat to toe taps. A minute of those. Down nice and low. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So tapping your toe. Again, trying to make sure we're staying down nice and low. Okay. Squeezing through the stomach muscles. Trying not to bounce it too much, okay? It's not a super bouncy move. It's keeping the tension through those thighs. If you can't get to your toes, tap your ankles, tap your calves. I'm not bothered. It's not contorting the body here, okay? It's just about that movement of trying to keep speed up so as we're keeping the heart rate up. Oh, I think the shreddies are starting to come back up again. Keep it going, we're nearly there. Last 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Forward to reverse lunges, 30 seconds per side. So you should be feeling it on the standing leg. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. So 30 seconds one side. Again, adapt as you need to. Don't go down quite so low if you're struggling with joint issues, or just go for one variation, either a reverse lunge, a forward lunge, a side lunge, or a squat. Got 10 more seconds on this side, and then we're swapping over. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap sides, straight in on the other side. Okay, so keeping that back nice and straight. Try not to lean forwards and backwards. Okay, keeping the core engaged, so squeezing those stomach muscles nice and tight. We've got 10 seconds left of these, and then we finish on everyone's favourites, the burpees. 3, 2, and rest. Last one then, your burpees. 1 minute of, pick whatever variation you want. You can always start at higher intensity and then drop it down as you get tired. Away we go. And keep your mind down, low intensity. But for me, this is still getting my heart rate up nice and high. Good. We've just gone over that 30-second mark, guys, so you've got 25 seconds left. So your last exercise, and then we'll stretch out, or you guys can go off and do what you need to do for the rest of your day. 15 seconds left. Last 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and have a rest. Well done, guys. That is the end of our circuit class today. So grab yourselves a drink, making sure that you're keeping your fluids topped up. Try not to gulp, try and just sip your water. Okay, so I'm going to go through stretch out now just for a few minutes. So if you want to stay with me and just do a cool down and stretch out, then you can do. If you need to go, or if you want to just do it in your own time, feel free to do that as well. Okay, so most people know this now. I've got it down. You're going to stretch your arms up, leaning back slightly so you're opening through your abdominal muscles, getting a stretch through your core. Nice deep breaths, bringing that heart rate down. I'm going to hinge forward from the hips, coming down so you're making a number 7, so keep your back nice and straight. Feel that stretch on the back of your hamstrings. Again, take a couple of nice deep breaths in this position. Oh, ignore that timer. Nice deep breaths in this position. And then when you're ready, you're going to come all the way down, relaxing through your lower back. Let your neck just hang, let your hands hang, and just feel that stretch through your back and down the back of your legs. Again, nice deep breaths in this position. And slowly we're going to come up to avoid any kind of head rush. So slow and steady, bring up to standing. We're going to do some quad stretching, so if you need to hang on to something, you can do. Pull your heel into your bum, try and keep your knees together, so try not to stretch like this, okay? If you need to pull your knee back to give you a bit more of an extra stretch, you can do, but try not to let your knee come out to the side. You want to be getting the full impact of stretch through that front knee. And again, your static stretches should always come at the end of your workout. The headless instructor. Swap sides, so the same thing again on your other side. You're just going to bring your foot up towards your bum, trying to make sure you keep your knees together, unless you're particularly flexible and you want to pull your knees slightly apart. Squeeze your bum cheeks nice and tight, and that should help to increase the stretch down the front of that leg. And we're just going to hold these stretches for about 10 seconds. Just so that we're getting the blood flowing through, getting rid of all that lactic acid that we've built up. And letting the heart rate come back down as well. Stretch through your chest, take your arms around behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together. So either hold onto your wrists, you can put your hands on the top of your bum and squeeze your elbows together. Either way, just stretching through your chest muscles. And again, some nice deep breaths here. So bringing that heart rate down gradually bit by bit. Okay, so making sure after you've done any sort of cardio, whether you're going out running, a lot more at the minute. I've seen quite a few people joining on Strava, going out and bike riding or running, which is brilliant, but just make sure you do your stretches beforehand. Make sure you do your dynamic stretches at the beginning where you're moving through the muscles. Bring your arms around in front of you, tuck your chin into your chest, press your shoulder blades apart. So we're getting a nice stretch through the upper back. And just make sure when you finish doing whatever exercise that you're doing, whether it's a HIIT class, whether it's a run, whether it's a cycle, whatever, make sure you're doing these static stretches at the end so that you're really cooling the muscles down, avoiding any kind of injury. Good, bring one arm across the front. I'm going to stretch your shoulder out. So again, trying not to hunch your shoulder up to your chin. I want a nice gap, a nice relaxed shoulder. And we're just going to stretch through around the back of the shoulder and into the top of the tricep. So the rear delt muscle we've got there around the back of the shoulder. And then we're going to go the same on the other side. So stretching that, trying not to put pressure through the joints. So try not to pull on your elbow or your wrist. Try and see if you can put your pressure through your midline of your arm. Or if you want to, just pop your hand on the back of your tricep just to support your arm there. But try not to pull through the joints, okay? Again, a nice stretch through the shoulder. And then we'll finish with waist stretches. Lifting that heel off the floor again, so we're not putting any pressure through the knees. We're getting a nice stretch through the lower back and the stomach. And we are done. Excellent work. Well done, guys.